Okay, Bill.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting in the Zion Park District, dated 19 May 2016. Please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye?
Here.
Commissioner Brown? Commissioner Buckholz?
Here.
Commissioner Magera? President Hartman?
Here. Okay, I will need a motion to approve the minutes of the Personnel Subcommittee meeting dated 21 April, and also the minutes of the regular meeting of the Zion Park District dated 21 April 2016.
Just read this.
Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes from the Personal Finance Subcommittee meeting, the Board of Commissioners, Zion Park District, at 6:30 until April 21st, 2016. In the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners at 7 o'clock on April 21st, 2016.
I will second that.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye? Commissioner Buckholz?
Aye.
President Hartman?
Aye. Okay, since we don't have any guests, do we have any changes, deletions, or anything to the meeting, Marilyn, to the
No,
agenda?
we need a quick executive session, so.
Okay, all right. Any comments from the commissioners? Okay, obviously our attorney isn't here. Okay, I will make a motion to approve unpaid bills.
I make a motion to pay unpaid bills of $8,565.99.
Do I have a second?
I will second that.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye?
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz?
Aye.
President Hartman?
Aye. Okay, director's report.
Okay, couple things I just want to talk about. I have the safety incentive awards for 2015-16 here. No one showed up to get their checks. I did invite them to come. But we did have 14 people who earned money through our safety incentive program.
Must not have needed the money, Marilyn.
Well, they'll probably get it tomorrow. We'll be all in looking for it, but, you know, our safety incentive program, we're doing our evaluation this year, or every 4 years we do an evaluation, and so having 14 of those employees that have gotten some kind of incentive from the program is very good, and the full-time staff are not eligible for this, so this is all
Part-time.
part-time or full-time hourly.
Okay.
So it's mostly maintenance, but there are some other departments represented, which is nice. So it's too bad that they didn't come, but I am expressing appreciation for their hard work.
Pass it on to me, from me.
Yeah, I will do that. Here is a map I'm going to hand out that is of the Zion Benton Township High School property. They are in the process of looking at some possible renovations to their athletic facilities that are in the back of this property. And how this affects us, and just what I want you to be aware that
You highlighted it, is that
is
correct?
where the highlights are. So that's our property. It's basically on that, you know, David Park is to the east of the high school. And this is back where we put in that path from the Shepherd's Crossing subdivision to David Park, since they didn't want parkland, you know, parkland in their subdivision. We put in this path. So they're gonna put some pathways in this, and they want to know if they can extend it all the way over to that walking path that we have there. It makes complete sense, and is very logical to us. One of them looks like it may be crushed gravel, the other one may be paved.
Just an actual path.
Yeah, they have really, this is just, they're starting this project, and they just wanted to know if we are open to them extending these paths, which totally makes sense for us. You know, we put that path in so people have access, you know, the kids come through there to go to school, so it totally makes sense to do that. So I just wanted to show you the map. If there's no objections, I'm gonna
It's a
tell
win-win.
them.
It sounds like a win-win.
Yeah, it is. You know, a way to cooperate and have, you know, a good path of travel for kids to the school.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you because I didn't have that in the packet.
We didn't need a motion for that, did we?
No.
No, I'm just gonna go ahead, as long as nobody has any objections to it.
I hope they do blacktop.
I think that part of it was gonna be, one of them was gonna be, and the other one was not gonna be. So the crushed gravel limestone path, you know, is usually pretty sturdy, you know, navigable by anything.
Packs down pretty hard, like a brick. It's limestone.
Usually if you use the crushed limestone.
Okay.
And then, as Eric was talking about in the finance meeting with the golf, if you go to Alan's report in my packet of, it's on the 3rd page. Maybe it's on the 4th page. I guess it's the chart. It's the chart.
New name, I'm used to the name.
Yeah, new name, new man. So he proposed this type of report to me, which I find to be much more useful than just a pages full of dollar figures. What this tells us, and I just wanted to go through this with you so you guys can understand what it is that you're looking at here, because it's the first time we've had a report from him and it's different than what we've had in the past. So the golf playable hour is one of the important things on this chart. So that's defined as any hour that the temperature is between 40 and 90 degrees, sustained winds are less than 20 miles per hour, and it's rain-free. And so that is and that's kind of a standard in the golf industry. So it's not just Alan making that up, it's something that is
So it's a
standard.
standard.
Yeah, so golf playable hours is, you know, we could have some really lousy weather here, and that is going to have a difference, that is going to make a difference on the bottom line, right? And so it's not just saying, well, it was just the weather. Okay, so we really actually did a golf playable hour number. And it could have an impact also because we're on the lake. You know, we can sometimes be much colder than inland golf courses, especially at this time of year. You know, so it doesn't
What's the
take
news
out
say, Marilyn? Every time the news guy says it's going to be 70 and colder by the
colder
lake.
by the lake, yeah. And so that has an impact on us. So there's still weather variables, but I think this is a much closer figure for us. And then the second line is capacity rounds. Okay, so another golf standard is that you can put out 28 rounds an hour if you use 7-minute tee times. Okay, we don't, at Shepherd's Crook, we use 10-minute tee times. So our number of capacity goes down. He's not factoring that in there, though. He's factoring in capacity rounds as they are used in the standard in the industry. So I think that's okay, because the first number is across the board, you know, golf playable hours. Golf playable hours doesn't change between Shepherd's and Shiloh. It's the same. The
Same.
weather is the same, basically, in both, right? Well, if it's raining one place,
Yeah,
it's
but-
generally not raining the other place.
Wind, but the wind is different.
The course conditions can be different because of the wind and the temperature based upon the lake.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you, but they're generally, those golf playable hours are going to be
Yeah, they're not far apart.
basically the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna figure, you know, the difference for a month. because that number is a good number, I think, whatever
Yeah.
that number is, okay? So then it tells you what the rounds are that were played compared to the capacity for rounds, okay? So that's the difference. And then the next is the revenue that was generated. So there's some big differences in those revenue numbers through those 5 years. You see that? Well, if you look at the golf playable hours, that tells you somewhat of the story, right?
Yeah, right.
Tells
Tells you
why.
somewhat of the story. So previously, we were just getting the golf revenue and rounds, but we didn't have anything to compare that to, like what was the difference? It was just rounds? Well, there is some more things that are factored in, especially weather. And then the revenue, the RevPAR is, you know, the revenue per available round. Thank you. Okay, so then it has the next lines on there are for Shiloh Park. SP is Shiloh Park, SC is Shepherd's Crook.
Right.
Okay, so he's giving us both in the
Both.
same chart because it makes sense to follow that the playable hours and the capacity rounds are the same. Okay, so you can make comparisons for both. So I just wanted to go through that so that you guys
Oh,
understand.
this is a good chart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little
I
bit, it's a little bit different.
But
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, and the dollars and cents revenue, we go through, Eric goes through that in his report of the
Right.
finances. We don't need to go through that on this report. You know, that seemed like a duplication. I think this is actually a more accurate picture of
I like that.
how we look
No, I
at it.
like the way, and I didn't realize that all these things were factored in either.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but
Right, so we didn't have that before, and, you know, having someone new with a different perspective, I
Right.
think is very valuable, and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
I was happy with the report. I think it's gonna be
I
more
think this is good.
information for you to evaluate, you know, where we're
When Larry
at.
came on board, he brought those new charts and all that.
Exactly, right, and that was a good thing, too.
Very nice.
Okay, so that is all that I have in my
Okay.
report.
Got it. Any questions from any of the commissioners? Okay. Marilyn, I'm going to go ahead and turn the meeting over to you.
Okay. So we're gonna do the election of officers for this year. So I'm going to start with the call for nominations for office of president.
I'll make a nomination to have Mr. Bill Hartman here as president. He's doing such a fantastic job.
I will second that.
Okay.
Thanks,
Any further nominations for president? I need a motion to close the nominations for president.
I make a motion to close the nomination.
Okay. All in favor of electing Commissioner Hartman to the office of president signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? You're it. Okay, now I'm going to, okay, I declare by unanimous vote Commissioner Hartman elected to the office of president for a year's term. Congratulations. Okay, next I'm going to call for nominations for the office of vice president.
I'll make a motion for Ms. Cheryl because she does such a fantastic job. Can you do that when the person's not here?
Yep.
Yeah, especially when you're not.
That's the best time to do it.
I will second that.
Okay, so any further nominations for vice president?
I will.
Cheryl, keep it down.
He's tough
Okay,
on
so
the
motion to close nominations?
Close nomination.
Okay, no nominations are closed. All in favor of electing Commissioner McGarrett to the office of Vice President signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? I declare by unanimous vote Commissioner McGarrett elected to the office of Vice President for the year's term. I'm going to send her a text.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Okay, so treasurer is the next. So call for nominations for the office of treasurer.
I make a motion for the office of treasurer for Jesse Pye.
Okay, any further nominations for treasurer? Okay, can I have a motion to close nominations for treasurer?
I'll make a motion to close for treasurer.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor of electing Commissioner Pye to the office of treasurer, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I declare by unanimous vote Commissioner Pye elected to the office of treasurer for a year's term. Okay.
Guess you got some stuff right here.
Okay.
Okay, and then,
No, you.
I don't think that we need to
Times I dropped it.
swear you in because you already were sworn in, it's
I
just,
can swear at him, or?
yeah.
She'd love to. Okay.
We can just move
Okay,
forward,
we can all swear
because
together.
we did the swearing in when you were elected originally, and this is just a re-election.
same
We're not
thing.
changing any position, so if that's not right, we can do it at the next meeting. I'll double check. Okay,
I may need a rhyme to the next meeting.
I told you let me pick you up.
Okay.
okay. So the elections are complete.
Thank you, Marilyn.
President Hartman.
Appreciate it. Next on the agenda is the appointments for the 2016-17 fiscal year offices. And do you want to go over that, or?
Sure, I could do that. For attorney, we would be continuing with Ansel, Blink, Diamond, Bush, DeCiani, and Craftifer. We've had a
We gonna
good
make a
relation.
motion for
We've
that,
had
or?
a good relationship. Let's,
Make it for all of it,
yeah, let's just do one motion for the,
for the whole thing?
secretary would be myself on the board. Eric would still be assistant secretary treasurer. I would still be the director. The FOIA and Open Meetings Act officers would be Eric and myself. So those would be the appointments unless there is some objection to any of those appointments.
No, I go ahead and make a motion for the appointments that were just mentioned for the 2016-17 fiscal year.
I'll second that.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckholz?
Aye.
Commissioner Pye?
I,
President Hartman?
Aye. Okay, next one on the list is designation of regular board and committee meeting dates and times and locations for 2016 and 17.
Okay, that list was in your packet. So it's the third Thursday as we have been going. 6:30 for finance meeting, 7 o'clock for a regular meeting. Looking at the dates, it doesn't look like we're conflicting with any holidays or the conference, the NRPA conference doesn't conflict with our board meeting this year, so that's a good thing. Nothing else, right?
Not that I saw, no.
You need a motion for that, or?
Yeah.
We're gonna, I'll make a motion that we approve the designation of the regular board and committee meeting dates, times, and locations for 2016 and 17.
I'll second that motion. You need me to read that?
No, I need to make it,
Oh, you did, okay, sorry.
No, you make the motion.
you make the motion.
Okay, I want to make a motion for the Zion Park District Board meeting dates for the fiscal year of 2016 and 17. Meetings held monthly on the third Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Finance Committee at 6:30 p.m. To stay for,
16, 17.
to stay the same.
Do I have a second?
I been second.
All right, I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. All right, the designation of disposers for the district funds.
The depositories are the
Depositories,
banks
that's it.
where we do business.
Okay, here we go. I just have a hard time with that word.
That's okay.
Just go.
Depositories.
Depositories.
You didn't use that in Jersey.
Library.
What'd you say, man?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Not on camera.
Okay, now,
You're gonna, well, they're just the banks that we do business with, so.
Okay.
No change.
There was no changes for this year.
so we
Eric
really
put
don't
these
have to make a
together.
motion for approval.
Yes,
right?
you do,
Oh,
just
you
to,
do? Okay.
so,
All right, I make a motion for the designation of the depositories of the district funds.
just entertain a motion.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion for the Zion Park District authorized depositories for the fiscal year of 2016 and 2017.
Good
I
job, kid.
will second that.
I have a second, please,
And I get
Secretary,
usually
read the
say
roll
words.
call.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay, next one on the list is Resolution 827, inter-fund cash movement.
Okay, I'm gonna refer to Eric to, if there's any questions about this, this is, what we have, this is what we've talked about in the budget process, these cash movements to delete in the due to, due from funds. Also, as we prepare for the audit, to zero out negative cash balances, which we need to do before the audit is done. So that's everything. So this sheet explains it to you, and it's all laid out in the resolution also, but this, Eric kind of made it something that it was easy to follow. So, just go ahead and go through those.
Okay, so the first one is the permanent transfer from the general fund to Shiloh Golf. So Shiloh Golf needs an additional $3,130 to bring its cash balance up to zero. The second one is from the general fund to the public liability fund. Same type of idea, but it needs $4,246 to bring its cash balance up to zero. And the third one is going to go from the rec fund to the pool. Again, a permanent transfer in to bring the pool's cash up to zero to end the fiscal year. The fourth permanent transfer is going from Shepherd's Crook Golf Course to the recreation fund in the amount of just over $50,000. That really just transfers some of the excess funds out of the golf course up to our recreation fund, kind of transferring some of the profits from the course up to recreation. The next one is from the general fund to Shiloh Golf Course. So it's kind of the first half of the transfer where the general fund is going to make a permanent transfer into Shiloh Golf in the amount of $626,120.65. So that money is going to go down into Shiloh Golf, and then well, that's the first half of the transfer. I'll get to the second half as we keep going through these. The next one is from the general fund to the pool in the amount of $591,751. That again is the same kind of deal that's going on with Shiloh Golf, where money's going from the general fund and then being sent into the pool via the income statement. It's
so
kind of the
these
best
are-
way to explain it.
Right, so these are the due to
These are
and the,
these are providing cash for. Yeah.
yeah, providing cash for cleaning up those due to funds that are on the balance sheet.
We have that money now.
Right.
This is good.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, the first half is, it goes from general to Shiloh, and then on the bottom half of the sheet, you can see that it's going back from Shiloh back to general for
Not
Shiloh.
to pay Paul, not that, though.
No, it's really just to clean up those balance sheets, due tos and due froms, because, those have been on the books for quite some time, so we're just cleaning up that balance sheet.
Yeah.
Good.
It's just kind of like saying, President Hartman, you owe me $100. Here's the $100 since you don't have it, and then you just give it right back to me. And it's like, okay, now we're all square.
So it's kind of a paper trail.
Yeah, it's just a paper, it's just accounting, no physical funds are actually moving at any
I
banks.
can understand that one.
Yeah, the park district has no more money or no less money when we're done with all this too at the end.
Okay.
The other two, down there, the other two interfund, the rec fund is gonna give the general fund, or is gonna pay back the general fund $100,000. So this is kind of the last piece for this fiscal year of the 500,000. This is 100,000, and then there's still gonna be some outstanding, balance between, general and rec.
I like that.
And then the recreation fund, also is gonna move $50,000 to pay back the IMRF fund, as part of its due from, so.
So in the resolution, this is all stated in there so that we can do that legally. So we need to have a motion to approve Resolution 827.
Okay. Any questions before? All right. I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 827, interfund cash movement.
I'll make a resolution for the Resolution 827 for a resolution authorizing the transfer of funds of the Zion Park District.
Do I have a second?
I
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye, President Hartman.
Aye. Okay, next one is Budget and Appropriation Ordinance 828, open for public inspection.
Okay, so here is, it's not in your packet. We didn't have it quite ready yet when the packet went out. So if you remember from last year, the Budget and Appropriation Ordinance is the document that appropriates the levy for us to spend our budget for 2015, or 2016, 2017. This document has to be open and available for 30 days before adoption. So tonight, we're just going to open it for public inspection. That's going to be your motion. And then in 30 days, or in no less than 30 days, we will have an adoption of the Budget and Appropriation Ordinance. We won't be able to do that at our June meeting because it's not 30 days between now and then. So we can either do a special meeting or we can just do it at the July meeting. As long as we do it within the first quarter of the fiscal year, we're good. So I got the attorney's approval for that to make sure that that was okay. So we can just approve it at the July meeting as the document that we're going to move forward with.
Does anybody have a problem with having a special meeting in June? 'Cause I would love to get out of the house. Or would you rather wait till the July meeting?
Let me to meet the next Thursday after
So
the
you're,
Thursday.
so you're looking at,
Roll with the
you're looking
flow.
at July meeting?
No, the last Thursday of June.
Last Thursday in
Should be
June.
the last Thursday,
Yeah.
not the 30th.
It would be,
No.
no, actually, it would be the 4th. There's 5 Thursdays in June.
Oh, full. No.
The meeting is the 16th. The next Thursday after that would be the 23rd
23rd or the 30th?
or the 30th.
The 3
I don't have.
Don't matter to me.
I mean, the
I think what we need to do is probably ask Cheryl and Rick, see what they feel.
If we're gonna have a special meeting, we need to post
Do it
it.
tonight.
So,
Okay.
I think, yeah, we should decide tonight.
All right, well, let's.
23rd or the 30th is good with me. I'll go with any, whatever.
Oh, if you want to wait till July, I'm okay with that, Bill.
I think probably that'd be the safest way, especially the way Cheryl's schedule is sometimes.
Okay.
I think, all right, well, let's go ahead and we'll do it on the July meeting then.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm just worried about the way Cheryl's schedule is sometimes with work.
Right.
Okay,
So you guys can take this with you and you can look through it. If there's any questions, we can talk about it at the next meeting. We can talk about it, but it is open, you know, we do need a motion to open it
Right.
for a public inspection for,
okay. I'll entertain a motion to open ordinance 828 for public inspection.
I make a motion to open ordinance number 828, budget and approval of ordinance 2016-2017.
I have a second.
I'll second that.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckles,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. All right. Now is that, who's that, Pelkey?
oh, Pellucid,
Pellucid?
Pellucid,
Service agreement for the golf course survey.
yeah.
So, name
So,
of a company, is it the
that's the name of the company. It's called the Pellucid Corporation. Pellucid, yeah. So they are a surveying company, and again, Alan brought this as experience from his last place of employment, that they did this survey. And it's a pretty comprehensive survey of getting kind of a baseline as to how Shepherd's Crook is perceived by the golfing community. So that's a good thing. They also bring to the table about 20,000 more emails than what we have in our database. So that is, you know, a large group of people who maybe aren't familiar with Shepherd's Crook, that then we can utilize their database for this year, which is always something that we're looking to do, is increase that to get our information out to the golfing public, right? So I feel confident that, you know, one of the things that Alan has brought to the table is some different ideas for Shepherd's Crook and Shiloh Golf. And so I think that it would be good to support him in his feeling that this is a good baseline that we should start with, and then maybe we look in, you know, 2 or 3 years to do it again, but not have to do it every year. But, you know, just kind of get a baseline. Another great marketing tool to get Shepherd's Crook information out
Get it rolling.
into the golf community. So I would like to recommend that we do this.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
I like the idea.
All right. I will make a motion to approve the Pellucid service agreement for the golf course survey.
Make a motion for the Pellucid Corporation's service agreement for Zion Park District.
I have a second.
A second.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckles,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. All right. I will enter.
Before we
We
go
got
into
one?
executive session,
Okay.
I just got 2 things that I forgot. One is your invitation to Sally's retirement party. Remember, she's retiring in June, so please attend if you can. That's in your packet. And the other thing that's in your packet that Eric put together that I forgot to mention was the breakdown of the tax bills in Zion. I thought this was a great chart, great information for you as commissioners when the community asks you questions about our portion of the tax bill, right? So if you figure this out, or what Eric figured out for you, is that on the average home in Zion, which, you know, he's just using average figures. So does this apply to everybody? No. But in general, $353 of your tax bill goes to the Zion Park District. So that is about $1 a day for all of the services and all of the parkland that we maintain.
You were figuring on just an average house?
Yeah, that was from the,
$100,000.
you know, the Zillow website.
Okay.
You go on the Zillow
98,000.
website, that's the
Yeah.
median price that
Those
Zillow
houses
shows.
have come,
Yeah, that's,
yeah.
again, that's just from Zillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just, you know,
That's
Zillow
good stuff.
does, yeah, they do a lot of market research, so
Yeah.
you might as well utilize the expertise that they have. And so it fluctuates. It may be more than that, it may be less than that, but it's just a good talking point for you guys, you know, if people ask you.
Well, you hear it all the time.
Right. And so people have an assumption that the $7,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 tax bill that they pay in this community, we get a bunch of that. We don't really get a bunch of that. We get, 6%. So it's good information for you to, I think, just be aware of when you have those questions that come up.
This is,
And then you can talk about all the other things that you know about us. We have 700 acres of parkland. That's a lot of land to maintain. We have, all the facilities that we have for people to participate in. We keep our fees and charges as low as we possibly can because we understand, the needs of our community. So those are all talking points, because this is a good financial one that I just wanted to, so, sorry, that was just one.
No, this is great.
So we do have to go into executive session.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to go into the executive session.
I will, do I second or I say it? I gotta make,
Say-
I'll second that motion?
You make a motion.
I'll make a motion for us to go in, for the board to go into executive session.
Yeah, you gotta read that whole
I
thing.
gotta read the whole, thank you. For the purpose of the board discussing employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of employees pursuant to section 2C1 of the Illinois Open Meeting Act of this meeting of May 19, 2016.
Do I have a
I
second?
could second that.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye.